day, subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Jeremy, and this is the Financial Education Channel. And boy, oh boy, I am so excited to share this video with you guys today on investing in yourself and making your own brand. Making yourself into a brand. Not just like, oh, there's Nike, they're a brand name, or there's Puma, they're a brand, or Coca-Cola, that's a brand. No, I'm talking about making yourself a brand. And I'm going to explain everything what I mean in this video. I'm going to talk about how I branded this channel, this financial education channel. I'm going to talk about how I branded my business, how I got started, how I broke into a market by branding myself a certain way. I'm going to go into full detail on that. And I'm going to talk about some philosophy stuff and how to view yourself as everything you do as an investment in yourself to build your brand. Watching this video is an investment in yourself, and however long this video, it's an investment in yourself that you're learning, you're helping build your brand, because you can create your own brand, which will help you in the workplace if you work for a company, or it will help you if you're starting a business. It will just generally help you in life. So let's go ahead. First, I just want to talk about this financial education channel, this YouTube channel, how I branded it. I've branded it as a place where you can get personal finance videos. I branded it as a place where I talk to stock market and hot stocks, ones I'm buying. And I branded it as a channel where I talk about entrepreneurship and a little bit of philosophy like I do today. And all my channels can kind of fall into one of those three categories. I try to stay in one of those three categories with almost every single video I release. At the end of each video, I talk to people who maybe haven't subscribed, and I say, hey, this is what I talk about. I talk about personal finance, I talk about stocks and investing, and I talk about entrepreneurship and being an entrepreneur. And I remind everybody of that at the end of each video. So I branded my channel a certain way because I don't think there's another channel on YouTube kind of doing the kind of stuff I'm doing. Maybe there is, maybe I just haven't found it yet, but I don't think there's really that type of channel out there. So I brand this channel as that. Now, obviously, this channel doesn't bring in very much money because it's not like I have millions of subscribers or something that you would need to really make a lot of money off YouTube, but that's fine. I am a place, and I really enjoy making videos that can help people out, and that's what I enjoy. And if I only have 500 subscribers or 5,000 subscribers, that's great. I think it's just awesome I can help people out in understanding different topics and expanding their horizons, opening up their mind to some different things. Now, my business. So, I decided to start a business of real estate photography. Now, that's a hard business to get involved with because I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any potential customers. I didn't have an in with anybody. How was I going to brand myself to differentiate myself from the pack? I need to differentiate myself. If you're ever starting a business, that's what you need to do first and foremost. Unless you're starting some type of business that has never been done, which is very few and far between, how are you going to differentiate yourself from the pack? How are you going to push away and say, hey, I'm this guy? So for me personally, in real estate photography, my thing was going after luxury homes and doing videography. Those are my two things. That's how, when I send an email to a customer, when I talk to a customer, that's how I describe myself. Hey, I'm a luxury home photographer and I'm a videographer. Every single one of my shirts say either luxury home photography or luxury home videography, something like that. Not just real estate photography, a generic term like that most real estate photographers use, because I'm trying to separate from them. I had to break into this whole new thing that I had never done before. And I had to either take customers away from those guys, or I had to bring in people who were not even getting professional real estate photography done. So I had to break into this new mold and acquire customers. And so that's how I approached it. And how did that help me? It helped me immensely. At first, it took a lot of people for me to contact for someone to give me a chance. But the first person that gave me a chance, it was on $1 million home. It was, actually, it was more than $1 million. It was 9,000 square feet, 9,000 square foot home. Second person, it was over a $3 million home. And the next 3 jobs I got were all like $800,000, $900,000 homes. So my first 5 jobs, I built a whole portfolio from the get-go of my business around luxury homes. Why did this help me? Well, now, because I did luxury homes right off the bat in my portfolio and my examples were all showing luxury homes, then real estate people who were not having $1 million homes, they were very interested. Because if I could do a $1 million home, imagine what I could do with a $200,000 home, a $300,000 home. I'm very trustworthy at that point because I'm being trusted to do these super expensive homes in super expensive communities, things like that. So I just became kind of like, I guess you could say trusted. I just want to use the word trusted as far as he's going to do a great job because he does a great job on those properties and people trust him to do those type of homes. So why shouldn't I trust him to do a $200,000 home job or a $300,000 home? That's like nothing for him. Also, by doing a nicer home, everything's a lot nicer, right? The couches, the TVs, the architecture of the home, everything, the pools, everything's beautiful, right? So even if I didn't do as good a job because I'm starting out and I'm learning, it's still going to look beautiful no matter what. It's still going to look beautiful no matter what. The finished product's going to look great because what I'm shooting is phenomenal. It would be like, okay, say you're a people photographer. You do portrait photography. If you have an unbelievable supermodel or someone as the person you're taking pictures of to build your brand, that's great, right? Because even if you do not such a great job photographing them, they're still going to look great because they're going to make the whole photo look great. So that's kind of how I approach the market. And it definitely paid off. I found a way to differentiate myself from the other guys who were just real estate photographers. That's how I differentiated myself in my business. Now, making yourself a brand. And that's in the way I'm thinking is the way you guys can think when you're starting a business if you ever decide to go that route. You might not be there right now, but someday you might want to start a business. So remember these things in the back of your mind. Now, investing in yourself. Everything in life, if something you're learning about, is an investment in yourself. Whether you're learning a different language, that's investing in yourself. If you're learning Spanish, if you're learning Mandarin Chinese, whatever, that's an investment in yourself. Because now you just created something better. You just created yourself a notch above. Because now you can communicate in a different language. Now you can talk to people in different countries. Now you can talk to people that might be in the States, but they don't speak great English or whatnot. So you just expanded your brand by doing that. Everything's a learning experience. Everything's brand building. You in your workplace, how do you want to brand yourself? You always want to brand yourself because the last person you want to be is just another person. If you're just another person, you're just another person. You're just another person at that desk. You got to brand yourself with what your strengths are, what you're really into. Are you a really numbers person? You're the numbers person to go to. That's how you brand yourself. Are you the person that's super likable, everybody gets along with, you make the workplace fun? That's how you can brand yourself. Are you the person that is a hard ass and maybe you're really good at managing people and you're really good at getting people to get things done? That's how you brand yourself. So you need to figure out how to brand yourself, what you want to be branded as. And whatever you want to be branded as, make sure it's different than everybody else because you don't want to just be another somebody. You want to be somebody that's the next level. That's what it's all about. And that's what it's all about in moving up the ranks. That's what it's all about when starting a business. All those types of things. You cannot just be the same as everybody else. Because if you're the same as everybody else, you become irrelevant. And you're just another body. This is actually why, and this has been used by musicians for decades. Decades. You wonder, why do the musicians, some of the most popular ones, why do they dress so crazy? Why do they come out in these concerts in these ridiculous outfits that make you go, whoa? In these music videos, they wear ridiculous outfits. It's to start a story so everybody can talk about that, and those musicians can be seen as different. And different, a lot of times, is seen as cool. So you see, some rapper, there's a rapper named Young Thug. I saw him on a CD, and this was on Facebook and went all over social media and whatnot. Maybe you heard about it. He wore a dress. He wore literally a dress on his album cover, and it created a whole thing. Well, that's what it's all about being a musician. Most musicians wear these crazy outfits. If you look at some of the hard rock groups and whatnot, like Slipknot and some of those people, they dress in these insane costumes because they're trying to be different. They're trying to differentiate themselves from the pack. And like I said, in music, that's been done for decades. Remember Prince's costumes, you know? I could go through artist after artist. It's hard to find musicians that are huge as in millions of people around the world love them, if not tens of millions of people. They're huge names, and they don't dress in some type of ridiculous costume that it's like, wow, that's different. No one in real life would actually wear something like that, but they do for concerts and for album covers and all these types of things because they're trying to be different. They're trying to stand out from the pack. So I'm not saying dress different at your workplace, but think of yourself. How are you going to brand yourself different from the other people? Invest in your brand. Everything's an investment. Whether you're watching this channel, whether you're reading a book, everything's helping you expand yourself, expand your horizon, take you to the next level. Everything's an investment in yourself. And if it takes you to spend money on classes, whether it's college or whatnot, that's fine. That you're investing in yourself. So I hope that covered making yourself into a brand type of philosophy. Talked a little bit about this YouTube channel and my business and how I've branded those. So hopefully from those examples, you can kind of think about things now. You can kind of roll things in your head and think, okay, I could brand this or that or this or that this way. And now you just have a baseline to go off of. And that was the goal of this video. So anyways, if you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed, you may want to. I talk a ton about personal finance. I talk a lot about investing, stock market related videos. I talk about entrepreneurship, being a young entrepreneur. And I would consider today's video kind of an entrepreneur type video because you're building your brand, investing in your brand. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining and have a great day.